So here we go. I'm hoping if you're watching this video, you watch the video I posted right before this one, a little bit of a teaser. So if you haven't watched that video, kind of stop now, go watch that video. I'm at a loss for words for what we saw today. There was just so much metal. Little quick story, and I think I'm going to break this into two videos. I'm going to do the metal first and then everything else second. It's about half and half, so that way everybody, if you're not as much into metal, don't have to watch this video, and if you're into metal and not so much into other stuff, you don't have to watch the other video. But anyways, okay, the kind of story was on the big finds was we hit this show, and after we find everything and we're running around and we've been there so much, we know so many people there, that we get the scoop on what was going on. A dealer had a guy that used to buy off of him for years, and he passed away a couple years ago evidently, and his wife contacted him. The guy who passed away, his wife contacted the dealer saying excuse me, saying, what do I do with all these records? You want to look at them? I'm about ready to throw them away. And this guy's like, yeah, I'll come look at them, because he knew kind of what he bought. But this guy had evidently been buying records since the 60s, and he loved cutout bins, and the guy was more of a collector than a listener, evidently, because like half the stuff or more was sealed, never opened. And the guy was telling me that he's like, man, there's stuff in there from the 60s, sealed, just crazy stuff. But he had all the metal stuff there today. So he went and bought all these albums, and it's just insane. So go ahead and get started. And I'll got it kind of bunched here where everything came from. We went to the record show, we went to another shop, and found stuff all over at the record show, different dealers. I'll get started. I got one CD today. Wish it would come out on vinyl, but it's new Loudness, Eve of Dawn. And we were checking this out on the way home, on the drive home, and it's pretty good. So this is on a Canadian label called Frostbite. Hopefully they'll put this out on vinyl. Somebody will. Alright, we'll get started. Listening to this right now, the EF Band, Deep Cut. Cool early hard rock metal. It's from '82. I think this was their second album. And this came out of the really good collection. And it's pretty much full on mint. The only thing with this, these things weren't cheap. The guy, we buy off him all the time, and he cut us some deals, and ended up cutting a good bit off, but still they were pricey. Alright, here's a few things that didn't come out of that collection. Plasmatics, Wynia Williams, Maggots, the record. Been looking for a copy of this, and it's pretty much near mint. Looks fantastic. Next, I already have this, but it was only like a couple bucks. Grail, Arrival. I don't know if anybody remembers this band. They won the MTV Basement Tapes early, like '84 or something like that. Seattle band. Did a couple albums and kind of faded away. Really cool band. But this is like perfect. It looks like it could have come out of a shop yesterday. Also another cheap find, Sea Hags. Love this album. And it's gold stamp promo. And again, it's like perfect shape. Next, Hanoi Rocks. And I've never actually seen this. I think I've seen a picture of it somewhere before, but I've never seen it out in the wild anywhere. And it's from Finland, it looks like, so it's an original from where, the country they're from. So I was really happy to find this in really good shape. Alright, now for some of the crazy stuff that was just... I wait for days like this and dream about days like this, and I wish I was a millionaire to buy everything that guy had, because it was just unbelievable. And I'll wait, and I talked about in the last video, I found the grail today. I'll show that last. Alright, Saint's Anger. Keith showed his copy of this. He had 2 of them. This one's sealed also. Perfect. Looks brand new. It's on Mausoleum. Next is Atlan. Also on Mausoleum. Also perfect. Just, this is the kind of stuff, you know, if you watch my channel or my videos, this is what I'm looking for, the more obscure metal. And this guy just had boxes of it, and they were all perfect. Hobbs, Angel of Death. A lot of these I've never seen in, you know, person before. I've only seen them on the internet, on eBay, or in some of my reference books. And just to find all these things was like mind-blowing. This is on Steam Hammer, 1988. It does have a cutout, but it's still sealed. Alright, sorry, had a little interruption there. Okay, I showed the Hobbs, Angels of Death. Next, I've only seen this maybe on eBay. Gargoyle. This is on New Renaissance. Now, like I say, these were pricey, but the guy really worked with us, and yeah, and it was worth it. Sealed, Cracked Jaw, Night Out. Never seen this before. 1985 on Steam Hammer. And everything he had was like this. It wasn't like Rat and Poison and Motley Crue. There wasn't any of that in there. It was all this kind of stuff. Just like, what the hell? Where was this guy? And he wasn't opening this stuff. It was like he would buy it, take it home, and shove it on a shelf or in a box or something. And it set for 30 years. Next, Atom Bomb, Fatal Attraction. This is about as close to mainstream, I guess, as I saw in there. And this is on Geffen. I've heard about this, never heard it. Wild Horses. It has a couple of the guys from Thin Lizzy, or maybe just one, Brian Robertson. Can't think right now. And I'm not sure if there was another former Thin Lizzy. But I've heard this is pretty cool, so I grabbed that. Seen this in books too. Sinner, Wild and Evil. I have some other Sinner, but not this. This is on, what was this on? Sound Service. Just freaking killer stuff. Been looking for. Next, still sealed, Ace Lane, See You in Heaven. It's also on Mausoleum. It's a little dusty. Need to clean it up. Next, Sergeant. I believe this was a kind of new wave British heavy metal, you know, kind of thing. Also on Mausoleum. And this blew me away. Been wanting to copy this forever. Keith has this, and he's always, you know, told me I need to find that copy. Now, actually, I don't think I've ever heard this. Have, you know, their other stuff, but not their first one. And this is sealed, gatefold, Omen, Battle Cry, and it's perfect. There's, it's not a ding, nothing. It looks like you could have bought this yesterday. unbelievable. This I've seen like on blogs and all that, you know, where you could download metal rarities and that kind of stuff. Burn. Just great metal cover, you know. I've been into Budgie lately. Found another one today. Budgie, Deliver Us from Evil. All these came from the same dude. Just so wish could have grabbed more. It was just unbelievable, the stuff we had to leave. I have a boot of this on CD, Realm Endless War. This on Road Racer, 1988, thrash band. And that's pretty much it from that dealer. And like I said, I just so wish we could have, each of us got more, but it was pricey, but we'll never come across the stuff like that again. Never say never, I guess, but that was just crazy. Alright, some more metal I found there. 12-inch of Mama's Boys, Midnight Promises. Another 12-inch Mama's Boys, Too Little of You to Love. Those are imports. Found a nice copy of Wasp, Headless Children. And that's pretty much it for the metal at that show. But then we went to Tracks on Wax, which you know, had the video for in there. And that's a really cool store. They have a lot of stuff, but they're just very expensive. So we hardly ever buy anything in there. We always tend to stop there because it's so close. It's like an exit away from the show on the Beltway. But we walked in and it's like, man, it'd be crazy. You know, we just saw this metal. We walk in here and there's going to be a ton of metal. And we're both like, yeah, chances of that slim to none. And that's exactly what it was. And if you watch that video, I just flipped through a little bit of it. And all the good stuff was up at the front. The stuff Keith was looking through at the back, that stuff was all completely ragged out, just covered in dirt and scratched up. And it wouldn't even play. But they still wanted like $6 for it. It's like, nah. But he was trying to salvage what he could, and he did salvage that one Phantom Lord. And he said it's really good. He already checked it out. So I picked up a couple things there, and I'll show them. No idea. I've never heard this band. It's Japanese metal. It appears to be Live X, 5X. It looks like they have a female singer. So kind of excited to check this out. Another metal, Masako 13 Hanjo 13th. Just a killer cover. Has the OBI. And I think this had an insert. The band. So, and once again, if anybody watches my channel and they like metal, I really kind of dig Japanese metal. I don't know why. I just do. So. This next band found the regular pressing, I assume, and a little bit further back found another pressing of the same album, but this one's gatefold, 2 LP, so I went with this one. The other one was just a single pressing, or a single vinyl. It's a Sledgehammer, and this is on Mausoleum. Like I said, it is a gatefold. And these were really nice shape too, just crazy. What's chances are 2 places just had incredible stuff. all the stuff in that video was showing, like flipping through those chateaus and I don't know, just everything. Everything was like 15, 25 bucks in that range. That's why we left so much of it, and just kind of picked up what we could. So, and the last one from that shop, last of the metal, is Spartan Warrior. So there you go. It was my metal find for the weekend, and just it blew my mind. I hope everybody's enjoyed looking at this. All the metal guys, just like, I don't know. Maybe you guys see this stuff. I don't. This is just insane. And like I say, I'm broke now. This stuff was pricey, but I'm so freaking happy. And hopefully there'll be a little bit left over next month, and grab a couple more. But man, they were going so quick. Oh, are you kidding me? I almost forgot the grail. Okay, quick lead into this. We get there, and I get to the one side of the table. He had like 2 or 3 tables. One side of the table, I went to a box and started flipping through some punk stuff he had. Keith goes to the other side because he sees a couple guys that we know are looking for metal occasionally, or are looking for metal when we're at the shows. And he goes down there because they're kind of huddled together, and they're not usually huddled together. And he jumps into a box, and he's like, hey, hey, starts yelling for me. He's like, get down here, get down here. So I walk down, and as soon as I walk down, I see the one guy pull out a Metallica. I'm like, oh, it must be some metal. And the next thing he pulled out is my grail. And I about lost it. I'm like, you're freaking kidding me. I'm like, what, 30 seconds too late, and somebody else is going to grab this thing. So he puts it in his pile, and these guys are dealers too. They own shops. And he puts it in his pile, and I'm going through digging stuff out, and I get all my crap. I go over to an empty table next to him where he's going through checking all the vinyl, and I start checking mine, and I'm eyeing up this record. And he keeps looking at it, and I can't tell if he's putting it in his, his keeper pile or his not keeper pile. So I'm like, oh man, this is killing me. And so he goes over and he's talking to the dealer, and he's got that record in his hand, and I could tell in his head he's thinking, do I want to pay this much for this record? I don't know how much I'm going to be able to make off this record, because he's going to resell it. So he's standing there looking at it, and I walk over and I said, I'm just going to say something. I went over and I said, dude, one way or the other, if you're not going to get that, can you, let me know. And as cool as could be, the guy goes, do you want it? And I'm like, very much so. It's like, I've been looking for that forever. And he's like, oh, take it, man. It's cool. Take it. I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, not a problem. And I was just like, dude, thank you so much. So, okay, big lead in. And if you watch my last video, I have 3 out of 4 of these albums. This is the last one I needed. Got an original Pantera power metal. Never thought I'd come across one for less than 75, 80 bucks. And this thing is stone cold, near mint. And just, I went outside and shoved it into the box in the back of the car and whipped out the phone, because I'd been talking to George, American Music Pickers, about Pantera. He's looking for some too. So I texted him right away, and I was like, sent him a picture. It's like, holy effing Christ, I just found one. So, and I do have a boot of this. I showed him my video, and I'm already talking to George, maybe hooking him up with that. So we'll figure something out. So this made, if I'd only found this today, I'd have been so freaking happy. So it's the last one. Have all 4 original pressings now, and that's it. So that's the metal. We'll try and do the rest next. It's about that many more albums. It's cool stuff. Nothing really mind-blowing. Just some stuff just checking out. So if you made it all the way through this video, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. I'm happier than shit right now. So Thanks for watching.